Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
What's up, y'all? Welcome into The Odds Couple here
A single one, Lang.
on Grind City Media. It's a Monday. It's time for the smaller show. Some say more thoughtful. Some say more forgiving. Some say more emotional. Some say more intelligent. It's the Monday show, The Odds Couple, here on Grind City Media. I'm Lang Whitaker. Rob Fisher's with us as well. Rob's in Manhattan, New York City.
Hello from
Hey,
New
Rob.
York. Can you hear me?
We can hear
How's
you
it
loud
going?
and clear. Loud
Good,
and clear. It's going well. How are you?
Good. I'm fantastic. Got a great view out my window right here of the
Can't
Empire
tell.
State Building. Well, the sun's coming in. It's
okay.
very disturbing right now. So, but it's a great view and a great place here in New York. And looking forward to getting to the Garden tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun.
John Roser also with us.
What up?
CJ Hurt also with us.
Yo.
We have the Fantastic Four of the Odds Couple on a
Full
Monday
crew.
show. You don't normally get that, but it's a big week. It was a big weekend around the footballs, around the college football, not college football, around the NFL football, because we had the conference championship games in the NFL. Did anybody watch it anywhere other than home? Rob, you were
Yes.
on the road. Where were you?
Well, I watched the first game from an airplane.
That's cool.
I watched up in the airplane, and the game was pretty much over when we landed.
Yeah.
And then I watched a little bit on the bus, the rest of the game on the bus. And then the second game, I watched on my phone at a restaurant. We had a sponsor dinner last night at a Michelin star restaurant.
Oh.
Ooh.
Which one?
Yeah, Michelin star. Cote, New York City, NYC.
Cote?
Don't know it.
Flex on
It
a
was-
Rob?
It was
What do they
unbelievable.
serve at Cote?
Some of that Wagyu A5.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
let's go.
Yeah, I'm afraid I may get the gout. I had a lot of meat. Ate
Oh,
a lot
you've
of
had
meat.
you've had the gout, or forgot.
Yeah, I've had the gout before. So I ate a lot of meat, and I watched the game. My phone was on at my table, and watched the Chiefs on my phone. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to be comfortable at home, but I was able to watch the games.
Yeah. So even on your little phone, you can see the referees cheating for the Chiefs.
Oh, for crying out loud, you people, and you're just whining about the Chiefs getting all the calls. It's
Yes,
just not true.
We are. We are.
Well, I mean,
What do you mean? Why? How is it not true?
Why,
The Chiefs
why,
are
why
just a
not
more
challenge
disciplined team.
Which one?
that? The only one that everybody's talking about, the fourth and inches one that
Well, they did.
they were both reviewed. Yeah,
They
They
were
did,
both.
challenge it. You're right.
But they also reviewed the one earlier where the guy caught the ball and the ball hit the ground, and that was the one that McDermott challenged, and they said nope, he caught. That's a catch.
Wouldn't have mattered. There was a penalty on the play anyway. They were getting the ball.
Yeah, but it
They-
would have been
Well, no, it did- well,
field position would have mattered.
yeah,
They
field
wouldn't have
position
been able
would've
to-
mattered.
They would have had to kick a field goal.
No, they wouldn't have. There was a penalty. They would have gotten the first down.
They had
It was
no,
a pass
no,
and
no.
it was a
But
pass
field
interference.
position matters.
It was
Yeah.
No, it was not pass
field-
interference. It was
field
holding.
Defensive holding, whatever. Field position
holding.
doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't matter with Patrick Mahomes. What are you people talking about?
Well, especially when you're playing 17 on 11 or whatever it is,
Okay,
because
all
like
right.
it was
Yeah.
tough. So hey, I mean, I think the one thing we've all agreed on is we know America's team. I grew up rooting for the Atlanta Braves, America's team at the time. The Cowboys tried to take that title as America's team, but now we know
Right.
the Philadelphia Eagles for the next 2 weeks are America's team.
Go Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
I don't really think they have much of a chance, but go Eagles.
You don't think they have a chance?
I mean, dude, it's Patrick Mahomes against Jalen Hurts. What are we talking about?
But it's not Patrick Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts. And y'all, why are y'all constantly shitting on my man Jalen Hurts?
It's Saquon Barkley
do you-
against-
what do you-
good.
Are you
He
kidding
was good
me?
yesterday. He was good yesterday.
He's good when he has to be.
He would have had 4 touchdowns. They called one of them back.
You don't-
Like he was, but his longest run was 9 yards.
thing I like about Sirianni is that he's not trying to force Jalen Hurts to do anything out of the ordinary.
No, I'm with you.
Too often we get fine quarterbacks, decent quarterbacks, and we say, hey, decent quarterback, go out there and win the game. And Sirianni and Jalen Hurts are like, no, we're not going to do that. And this Philadelphia Eagles team, they're 2 drops away from being a team that only has one loss on the season. They're 2 drops away and a special quarter by Jaden Daniels where he throws 3 touchdowns and a comeback win from damn near being undefeated.
No.
So I don't understand this knock on
I
the
didn't say the Eagles aren't. I didn't say the Eagles aren't good.
You're not giving them a chance against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't see how this Chiefs team
In the
loses.
last time Jalen Hurts played this Chiefs team in the Super Bowl, it was an incredible Super Bowl. It was a 1 possession thing.
There's no doubt.
It was the last second field goal.
That was 2 years ago when the league hadn't figured out Jalen Hurts yet. Like Jalen Hurts, 2 years ago, Jalen Hurts could lift the team. I don't think that's the case now. I think the team lifts him.
I thought so too, but then they scored 55 points yesterday against Commanders.
55.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Commanders team, they were outclassed yesterday. They weren't ready for that.
Yeah.
They were not ready for
You
that.
kinda knew, like,
when you're fumbling the way they fumble,
Yeah.
that's where this game's too physical for you. You're only ready for this.
You knew
like,
on the
in
first
intensity
possession
it
when they
takes.
handed to Barkley and he just rips off a 60-yard touchdown run.
It's
You're
like,
all right.
this is you're up against it here. Commanders don't have close to the talent that the Eagles have.
We can look
Eagles
at
are
the 2
loaded
scores from
roster.
yesterday. The Eagles won 55-23 over the Commanders, and the Chiefs eked out the 32-29 win over the Bills. Fish, of those 2 games, which of the 4 teams' performance was the most impressive to you?
I think the Eagles was the most impressive. I thought that I thought what Jalen Hurts did offensively. I mean, 3 of us had Jalen Hurts to go under his total, which ended up being even higher than we thought it would be.
True.
It was 193.5, and he blew by that.
Yep.
I thought he was really good. Barkley just continues to be a monster. And then their defense, man, their defense is really, really good. And yesterday that was the key. It was going to be, how would Washington deal with that Philadelphia defense? And is Philadelphia's defense as good as advertised? And I thought yesterday it really was. And Washington struggled with it all day. Just the pressure they got on Daniels throughout the day, then the turnovers that they created throughout the day. The Commanders' defense, or the Eagles' defense, is what probably impressed me the most yesterday.
Their front 7, their defenses, they nailed the draft.
Yep. Well, they just
nailed
drafted
the
all the
draft.
Georgia players and Alabama players.
Cooper DeJean,
Yeah.
the kid from Iowa. I mean, he's awesome. They did. They nailed. They absolutely.
Of course, that's the guy Rizzo would like.
Yeah, they nailed it. And who's the other? They've got 2 rookies they drafted that are candidates for defensive rookie of the year. So no, they nailed the draft, and their front 7's great. They're great on the offensive line. They're great on the defensive line. And the Commanders, like, I don't know even, like, how many players for the Commanders would start for the Eagles? McLaurin?
Yeah, McLaurin
McLaurin would
would.
start. I think McLaurin would start over Devontae Smith.
But that's about it. I mean,
And Devontae Smith is
why
really
not?
good, too.
Jaden Daniels might start for the Eagles.
Yeah, outside of Daniels.
I mean,
outside of Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, but not Robinson or Eckler or, Ertz used to be on the
nobody
Eagles.
on the offensive line, the defensive line, no. The secondary,
Yeah.
you're like, how many of those guys would actually start for the Eagles that the Commanders have? Eagles are just way better, way more talent.
There's 3 big beats on the rundown for today's show, Fish, but I mean, they must all be from the 2 games.
No, one from college basketball.
All right, let's get to them. What are the 3 big
All right.
beats?
Well, one of them is Go Tigers Go, GTG, if you will, because the Tigers beat UAB 100-77, crushed the 8.5-point line on Saturday where the Tigers were favored. First cover for the Tigers. This is why it's a big beat. First cover for the Tigers in their last 6 games. Yeah, they had not covered the spread in the last 5. Really had struggled at home to cover the spread this year. I was on UAB plus the 8.5.
Yep.
I got beat. 177 Tigers with the win.
Rob, on that game, I watched it and I was texting Jessica of the Jessica Benson Show and other Jacob, the director of the Jessica Benson Show. And like, this is the most remarkably competent Tigers men's basketball team I've seen since Penny
Because
Hardaway's
Kenny,
been there.
he had to coach them. He was coaching them the wrong way. He told us. Remember? Last week, Penny said he was coaching the team the wrong way. He was going to have to coach it differently. And he did that, and look what happened. They beat the crap out of UAB.
I think Penny just, like, You have to talk to the media so many times throughout the season that I just think he just starts making crap up.
He kind of has
I've got to do these. I got to answer questions and say something. So like, whatever.
He's done that. He's had that excuse at some point each of like the last 3 or 4 seasons.
Like, you just
at some point it's always like, well, guys, I'm doing it the wrong way. I got to do it differently. It's not
I changed up how I was doing it.
Yeah.
Well, we got a little too complacent. A lot of that started with our team lunch. we were getting our team lunch from the same place.
Yeah, we had to do that differently now.
And then when we changed that, it got me to doing some things differently. And then players' tennis, they started doing things differently. And now we're just a different team. I don't know. Like it just feels like you just go through the same cycle of things over and over again. But pity's penny, and I agree with you. Like they are the most like competent Tigers team I have seen.
They were Saturday.
I'm just
they
saying
still have
Sunday.
times where they turn it over too much. They still have times where they turn it over too much.
The game before Sunday was one of those games where they turned the ball over 20-some times against Wichita State.
Yeah. They still will do that every now and then. But no, this team is they're for sure his best team.
Well, especially if Dane Danger plays like Bill Russell or whatever. Like, I mean, he was awesome in that game on Sunday. What else you got, Fish?
Well, we got the Eagles soaring. That was another one.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. The Eagles hitting the over by themselves. The over being 48.5, the Eagles scoring 55. So they hit the over all by their lonesome against the Commanders in a very high-scoring game. And pretty impressive what the Eagles did. I did have that one. I had the over in that game. So that was good.
That's good.
However, I had the under in the Chiefs game, and that did not turn out for me because I took the under in the Chiefs game because the Chiefs have gone under almost every week. They hadn't scored 30 points in a game yet this season.
Yeah,
well, they had.
They haven't. Not this year.
No.
30?
Not this year.
Not in 2025 or
Not
2024.
Hang on. I got the book right here. Workplace Slave.
27, 26, 22, 17, 26, 28, 27, 30 against the Buccaneers.
Yeah, they scored 30. They scored 30 another time too.
Against the Panthers, they scored 30.
I said over 30.
He said over 30. They haven't gone past 30.
Other teams.
They scored 32. Quit your. Oh my gosh.
Other teams.
Oh
Other
my
teams,
gosh.
Rosen.
These are fake stats.
Not fake stats. Other teams this year to
Fake
fail
news.
to score more than 30 points. The Giants 3-14. The Raiders 4-13. The Patriots 4-13. The Jets 5-12, and the Chiefs 15-2. The 4 losing teams have a combined win total of 16. So they failed to score over 30 points and only got 16 wins. The Chiefs got 15 of them are in the Super Bowl. Those other teams are drafting in the top 10.
Yeah, their defense is awesome. My take for this was for this game was I feel like aside from the fact that the 2 calls, whatever. They always get that crap to go their way. Yeah. It is what it is. I feel like it has to be baked into the game. Like you have to know that that's coming before.
It's always at like a really important part of the game.
You just have to know that that's coming. So
they
you better whatever else you're doing, you better know.
Ref comes running in there.
Whatever you're doing before, you better be up. Like you better be up by a good amount of points because you know that crap's coming. So it comes down to some of the coaching stuff and. I feel like the Chiefs are so unpredictable. Yeah. Offense and defense. They're totally unpredictable. You don't know what's coming. And I felt like with Buffalo, you knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
You knew it. You knew what they were doing.
Every time it was short yardage, they were going to run it right up the middle.
You knew they're going. Well, it's like
the tush push.
The tush push off the left guard. Yep. And it's like, if Jim Nantz and Tony Romo are sitting here on the broadcast going, he's going to run it off the left guard, you think Spagnuolo and Chris Jones and those guys don't know it either? Like, they know exactly what they're trying to do.
The one time that Josh Allen dove over the line, I gasped because I was like, oh my gosh, they did something different. Like, it worked. Yeah.
And he fumbled it too.
Yeah, but it worked.
But they got it back.
Down.
But it did work. But I felt like with Kansas City, like on the game clinching one, the 3rd and 9, nobody saw that freaking little underneath the Samaje Perine coming.
Yeah.
Like nobody is thinking that at all. And then boom, it's just right there, and it happens to be wide open. There's a couple others. They got their 4th down. They got their 2-point conversion. The Bills missed a couple of 2-point conversions. They missed 9 third downs. The Chiefs were much better on 3rd down. The Chiefs' first 2 drives of the game. They had the touchdown and the fumble, and then the fumble. But on the drive where they had the fumble, they didn't even have a 3rd down on those possessions. They just seemed more crisp all night like they knew exactly what they wanted to do, and the Bills were kind of on their heels just a little bit for the game. They said the Bills missed 2-point conversions. The Chiefs got their 2-point conversions. The Bills were 4-6 on fourth down. The Chiefs got their 1 fourth down. And then even the plays like the tush push stuff, like it's predictable and you know exactly where they're going with it. And the Chiefs, it felt like there were a bunch of couple plays in that game where it's like they're 3rd and short.
You don't know what they're going to do.
You don't know what they're going to do, and they run different stuff on it. And it's like the Bills are just on their heels a little bit.
I wanted the Bills to just
and then it's even the same thing with the Chiefs defense. It's totally unpredictable. Those blitzes come from all over the place. That last play, it's crazy that Josh Allen even got that ball to where Dalton Kincaid should have caught it. But aside from that, like, dude,
the fact that he had the
blitz
wide
was
open,
insane.
Yeah,
That
two
blitz
guys
was
coming through the same hole,
insane.
and he had the wide open guy on the left for Shakir was wide open on the left. But I saw these like armchair quarterbacks on Twitter being like, "Oh, he was open." I was like, "Well, yeah, but you had two guys flying at you,
two free guys
to the right.
running at him. Yeah, you don't look at it. So
Yeah.
I think the coaching thing was massive yesterday. I do wonder if Buffalo. I wonder if they're going to fire Sean McDermott just because, like, dude, you haven't been able to get it done in 4 years against this team. So, like.
It's a good question.
Maybe we. It's just one of those things. I'm saying he deserves it. Like, no, dude. Sean McDermott's won a lot of games there, but it could just be one of those things where it happens. Like, you're not good enough to get this done. We're going to try somebody else.
I think he's got a .650 win percentage.
Yeah.
And,
they kept Mark Levy forever though, right? Like when they kept losing Super Bowls, like
they've made
it's different ownership.
They've made him fire his former offensive coordinator, former defensive coordinator as well. So they did that last year. So if that's what happened last year and the results are pretty much the same this year, you're getting bounced once again by this Chiefs team.
I think coaching is a big part of that game yesterday, but also like just look at we were talking about the Eagles and the Commanders, looking at the rosters. The Chiefs have a better roster 1 through 53 than the Bills.
Especially I think the Bills defense, maybe it's just me compared to the Chiefs. The Bills defense looks small.
Yeah.
Like I think they look small.
No, they are small.
Yeah, they don't.
That size was supposed to come up in the Ravens game where the Ravens were so run focused and run oriented. They were supposed to be able to push the Bills around.
And they couldn't. All right, let's take a quick break.
Well, we got one more bad.
No, I think he went through all three. Didn't you, Fish, or no?
Well, the Chiefs Kingdom. That was the last one. We talked a little bit about the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are 8-0 straight up and against the spread when favored by less than a field goal or when they're an underdog. So,
I think that line is 1.5 now in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yep.
Well, we'll talk about the Super Bowl.
Chiefs, and they got the refs on their side.
That's true.
They
cheats.
do.
The cheats.
The cheats.
All right, we'll take a break.
I will. Can we speak on that? Okay.
The cheats.
I will say this. It's insane that on the fourth down, the tush push, whatever it was, where one referee comes in and says it's the first down. The referee who has the actual look at the ball says it's the first down. Another one comes in and rules it short. The one who doesn't have the look at the ball. And how they end up, this is why we're going to end up with lasers and sensors and everything. The other one is the Xavier Worthy one, and there is a defensive penalty on it, so that would have been 1st and 10 from the 24. It would have been 1st and 10 from the Buffalo 24 and not 1st and goal from the 5. I would just want to know anybody that thinks, at what point during that play did Xavier Worthy ever possess the ball?
Yeah, before it hit the ground.
Like, at one point did he ever have it?
He did after the ball hit the ground.
He never did. But again, this is stuff that happens when you play them, and you have to be prepared for it.
Even with all of this happening,
it's going to be baked
Even with
into
all
it.
this happening, if I came up to you guys, if I went to a Buffalo Bills fan and said, "Hey, Bills down, a field goal, Josh Allen has the ball.
Yeah,
all
you
of
got
his
a chance.
timeouts,
Go get it.
3.5 minutes on the clock. You take that? Everybody would say yes.
You
Absolutely.
take it, and he didn't do it.
Yeah.
The one thing
Spagnuolo
about
dialed it up.
the lasers and the chips and all that, I saw someone on the Blue Sky posted. There was a play earlier this year.
Wait. Someone posted where?
On the Blue Sky.
On the Blue Sky.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, somebody posted about it, and they were saying like the NFL put out a tweet earlier this year about a ball in the game, and they were like, it traveled 26.68, 2.3, whatever yards, because the ball has a chip in it now. We just don't use it for the things we should use it for. And instead, we get referees coming in, these two guys who are like in their 70s from either side of the field.
Yeah.
And they just kind of like, all right, let's just meet in the middle. We'll just both split the difference.
Yeah.
Like, and then you watch the replay. Romo, Nance, Gene Steratore.
They're all like, yeah, it's first down.
They're all like, nope, first down. And
They're even the same way on the Worthy play. They're like, it's
Yeah.
not a catch.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a catch. And sure enough, like, but again,
Unbelievable.
you have to know that stuff is gonna like. You have to prepare that's going to go.
We have the
stuff's gonna
king.
go
We have
their
the
way.
king of Grok, the Picasso of AI, John Roser here sitting
Yeah.
next to me. I've seen some Patrick Mahomes referee-related AI creations for the last week or two.
Yeah.
I feel like those are right up Roser's alley.
You know
Yeah.
who does have the doohickeys in the balls?
The what?
The
What?
doohickeys in the balls. Do you know who has the doohickeys in the balls? The chips and stuff in the balls.
Say what now?
What are you talking about?
The UFL has doohickeys in the balls.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like lasers and sensors and all
the
that?
UFL has the doohickeys in the balls.
Yeah,
and
the
let me
NFL's
just remind y'all, spring football is coming, baby.
The NFL's had it for
True.
years. They just choose not
That's
to
what I'm
use
saying.
it. Yeah,
it's
they've
in
had
the-
it.
We
The-
sell
the
the
U-
measurements.
the
Like,
UFL
Trust me,
is
dude. The
using
NBA, the NBA has all of this stuff in these games
Yeah.
that you can track, and they track everything that happens on a court.
just don't
The
tell it to
NFL
you.
does too.
This wouldn't happen in the UFL, is all I'm saying. True line spotting coming your way this spring. Get your tickets to the UFL.
That's right.
Go Bolts!
Ken
Let's
Wisenhunt, the Memphis Showboats
Yeah.
head coach. All right, we'll take a quick break. We're going to come back. We'll talk about the Super Bowl. We got 2 weeks to get ready for America's team, the Philadelphia Eagles, against the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll talk about that. We got some fish nuggets when we come back. And then the game show that's been sweeping the nation so far this year, Who Said It, has I don't know what that is. We got Who Said It coming up at the game show that's been sweeping the nation, and I got some news about Who Said It. Somebody's trying to steal Who Said It from Grind City Media. We'll talk about that more. We got picks. We got everything else coming up. You're watching The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Memphis Cat is back with his Heaven on Earth tour.
I tried to be incognito, but thanks to Shannon Sharp's loud mouth, the gig is up.
February 22nd in the FedEx Forum.
In my spare time, I infiltrate the Illuminati, look for their secrets, run back, tell y'all.
Don't miss this year's most talked about comedy icon live. He's back with brand new material, an unmatched wit, and an electrifying performance. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance, to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker here with you from the smaller studio, the more thoughtful show, the more emotional show. It's the Monday Odds Couple. I'm here with Rob Fisher, who is live from Manhattan, from New York City. Hey, Rob.
Hey.
CJ's here. Roser went to the bathroom or something. I don't know. Now Roser's back. Anyway, we're on the second block of the show, and we're going to talk about there's a big game coming up in 2 weeks. The Super Bowl. And right now the line is the Chiefs by 1.5, I believe.
I'd lay it all day and take the money line.
So Roser's all in on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Anybody feel differently? I'm kind of leaning the Eagles a little bit.
Go Eagles. Go Eagles.
I'm thinking the
Go
Eagles
Birds.
might run it down their throats.
Whoa, pause.
I'm thinking Eagles.
I think if the Eagles can control the time of possession, which they've done a good job of this season, they best time of possession team in the NFL, they absolutely have a chance because you can't give Patrick Mahomes the ball. You just got to keep the ball away from him. Rob.
Yeah, you got to keep the ball away from them, and the Eagles have the ability to do that with their defense and how good they are. The problem is, if it's a close game, if the ball's in Patrick Mahomes' hands, you just give. I mean, you have all the faith in the world that he's going to get the job done. I just think the Chiefs have become a team, and they were all season long. As we talked about last segment, they didn't score a lot of points, but they weren't great. They weren't a great covering team either, but they were around in games. They stuck around in games. And when it came time to make plays to win the game, Patrick Mahomes is your quarterback, and they're able to do it. I just see no difference in this Super Bowl with Philadelphia.
I'm 100% with you, Fish. I'm 100%. Like I have no reason to believe Kansas City's going to lose this game. They have shown me nothing this year that leads me to believe they would lose this game. As you said, when they will get in these close games and these big moments, we have seen it year after year now. They make the plays, and it's not just their offense. Their defense makes the plays when they have to, and I trust that they will again.
I'll say this. The last 6 games for the Chiefs, all wins. The last 4 regular season, the 2 in the playoffs. The biggest win was by 9 points, and that was against the Texans. But they beat the Chargers by 7. They beat the Falcons. Oh, that was the start of the season. They beat the Falcons by 5. That was the game where there was a pass interference at the end of the game that they didn't call. But there's been all these games that have been very close games for the Chiefs. They lost at the end of the year to the Broncos. But there have been these close games all season long. And, yes, maybe you're like, all right, they figure out how to win these close games. They're good at doing that. You know, they just keep it close, and then down the stretch you hand it over to Patrick Mahomes and say, go. I just think like CJ was saying, if it's to me, it's like a possession thing. If the Eagles can just stay in the game and stay on top, they can just run the clock out. We saw the Bills.
They can, man. They will go. My gosh, they will go on a 12-play, 9-minute drive.
Yes,
they will do that.
And the Bills struggled when they were getting that 3rd and short, 4th and short. They ended up converting 4 out of 5 on 3rd down, 4 out of 6 on 3rd down, and then the 4th down play. But they were fighting for their lives on those short possession things. And, this is what the Eagles are built for, to get into that position.
To your point, they had one yesterday. Oh, crap. Let me get to it. Dude, they had one. I was looking at it, and I was like, are you kidding me? The Eagles did. It was – hang on. Oh, yeah. They missed a field goal on it. 12 plays – 35 yards, 5 minutes and 53 seconds. They went. How do you only go 35 yards in 12 plays, and you take 6 minutes off the clock?
It's impressive.
The Eagles will do that. They absolutely do that.
I mean, look, the last 2 Super Bowls the Chiefs won, but they were both 3-point games.
And then they had a 7-play drive that took a minute.
Yeah.
They are. I mean, they will do it. They will go on these. I mean, they have some strange drives in here. But they will. No, I'm with you on that. I do have a little. If you're looking at props,
yeah.
If you want to look at props,
I'd like to look at some.
Here
props.
is something to take into account for the Chiefs and the Eagles. This is mainly for the Eagles. If you're taking offensive props and you're looking at A.J. Brown specifically, there have only been 4 wide receiver ones who have scored touchdowns on the Chiefs. Who have scored a touchdown on the Chiefs this year? Wide receiver ones against the Kansas City.
Against the Chiefs.
Against the Chiefs. Yeah. There are only 4 wide receivers, wide receiver ones, the number 1 wide receiver on the team that have scored touchdowns against Kansas City this year. Wide receiver ones have 86 catches, 930 yards, and 4 touchdowns against them this season. That is 5.4 receptions per game, 58 yards per game, and 0.25 touchdowns per game from wide receiver ones. There are only 4. Cortland Sutton, Jacoby Myers, Ladd McConkey, and the only one outside of the Chiefs division to score a touchdown against the wide receiver 1 is Drake London from your Atlanta Falcons.
Right.
But they held Zay Flowers, 6 catches, 37 yards. Jamar Chase, who's the best freaking receiver in the world this season, 4 receptions, 35 yards. Chris Olave, 2 catches, 10 yards. Brandon Ayuk, 2 catches, 23 yards. Khalil Shakir, 8 for 70. Adam Thielen, 3 for 57. Nico Collins, 7 for 60. Nico Collins, 5 for 81. George Pickens, 3 for 50. Khalil Shakir, 6 for 46. Jerry Jeudy had 11 for 108 against him. But you see, 5 catches, 58 yards. That's what wide receiver number one's average against
one
them.
must have been the game at the end of the season when they didn't play their starters.
Cortland Sutton, no, he got it early. Cortland Sutton,
Okay, in the middle of the season?
So I didn't count that one because the Chiefs didn't play
they lost
anybody.
38-zip,
I
yeah.
also didn't count the second Chargers game because Ladd McConkey didn't play in
Cortland
that
Sutton
one.
had a touchdown in that game.
No,
but he didn't count. He had one in the other one too.
He had one in the other one too. He had 6 for 70 and a touchdown in it. I didn't count the second Chargers game because Ladd McConkey didn't play, and I didn't count the Bucs game because Mike Evans and Chris Godwin didn't play in it.
So is it like right now on ESPN.com, the analytics predictor
tight ends are the ones who do well against the Chiefs defense.
Is giving the Eagles a 56% chance to win the game. And it has the ESPN analytics predictor is giving the Eagles the nod right now, but it's close. It's close. I'm kind of leaning Eagles just for no real reason other than I think they've got a lot of guys who can run the ball, and I think they might. Chiefs have had I feel like the Chiefs are kind of like the Warriors the last few years, and when you play 100 games a season, every single season, eventually it wears you down and it's hard. And maybe this is where it starts to wear out the Chiefs a little bit, and the Eagles can be a little physical with them, and they're not smaller like the Bills are. But is anyone else leaning any other way? What are you thinking, Fish? How are you feeling about this matchup?
I'm leaning towards the Chiefs, and you know the dangerous thing about Super Bowl, when you have 2 weeks between the championship games and the Super Bowl, is changing your mind and talking yourself out of picking a team. So beware of that, because you just overthink it too much because you have so much time between these games. I'm going with the Chiefs, and I'm going to stick with the Chiefs, and I'm never going to look back. This team is in these one-possession games. They've now won 17 straight one-possession games. 17 straight one-possession games they've won. This team finds a way to win, and they will again in the Super Bowl.
By the way, breaking news as we're on the air here, Jaren Jackson just named Western Conference Player of the Week.
Oh, okay.
Led the Grizzlies to a 4-0 record, averaged 25.8 points, 6 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.5 blocks in 30 minutes.
Shout out Tripp.
Shout out Tripp. How about that?
Scotty Barnes wins it in the East.
Yeah, I don't know, Fish. I mean, I get it that you can talk yourself in, and 2 weeks is a long time to sit here and think about the game. We should maybe on the Thursday show preview the Pro Bowl, because it's not the Pro Bowl, it's the Pro Bowl games, and they have all those weird things, there's got to be some prop bets on that we could get into. But I don't know. I feel like I'm just leaning Eagles. CJ, what do you feel like?
Listen, man, it's hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes, but there's a team to do it. This Eagles team is one of those teams that they got great receivers on the outside. So while I hear what you're saying about the wide receiver ones, Roser, what about the wide receiver 2? And they've got a quality tight end in Goddard, who we saw stiff arm a man for 30 yards.
So that's what I was saying. If you
get a score.
So I talked to a Chiefs fan, a real one. I got him to perk up. He was laying. Fish, you were laying back. And then I said that, and you popped up immediately. One of a former intern.
Fighting words.
Former intern here with the Grizzlies. He works, Blake. He works for the Portland Trailblazers now. But I was talking to him last night, and I was telling him, I was like, man, I really want to. I hate your team, but you make me hate them less. So good on you. But he was telling me, I said, dude, I feel like, because this is what I felt like when I was watching that Bills game, and that feels like this way because I've seen my team play the Chiefs. This is one of the things they do. I was like, watch Josh Allen yesterday. That first read is never there. It is rarely ever there, that first read.
Yeah.
They always make you go to second, third. You may end up getting the ball to your first option, but it feels like it's never there on the first read. It's like, I got to go, okay, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going back to 1, and that's how he gets the ball. And he said that's exactly, and he told me, he said that's kind of how Spags' defense is. They want to take away your number one wide receiver. That is why you see, he goes, if you look at it, tight ends give us the most problems. Tight ends are the ones who give us the most problems. And it's usually the middle of the field. And I went and looked at it. It is. Go look at their box scores. Tight ends have the numbers against them.
Here's a question for you guys. Whatever tier you have Jalen Hurts in as like quarterback tier, whatever tier you have him in, if you replace Jalen Hurts with another quarterback from that tier, would you be more confident in the Eagles? They have the better defense between the two teams. They have better skill position players than the Chiefs. So whatever tier, who's in that tier?
I think the question is, though, like, if you replace Jalen Hurts with somebody else, would you play a different style of football? Because the way they play for Jalen Hurts is kind of perfect.
Well, let's see here.
Like
who's in his tier?
I'm not sure who's in his tier.
See. So Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Mahomes are in the same tier to me.
Burrow's not in there with them?
So here's my issue with that. He probably is.
Okay.
Here's my issue with that, though. I've never seen Joe Burrow play quarterback on a team that doesn't either have Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson on it that he had at LSU, or Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on it. Yeah. You know, like like he's had elite. Like the Bills, the Chiefs, even the Ravens just had like the first Pro Bowl wide receiver. Like the wide receiver rooms on those teams have not been amazing, and those quarterbacks lift those teams up. So I'd say so if I just go with those three, then I'd say probably Burrow, Matthew Stafford, C.J. Stroud.
So there goes one. Put C.J. Stroud on the Eagles.
Yeah, they win. I'd take the Eagles.
So
if
Jaden
Daniels played for the Eagles, I'd take the Eagles.
Dak Prescott, Rob. Dak Prescott, healthy Dak on this Eagles team. Do you think people would be siding more with the Eagles than the Chiefs right now?
Yes.
It's just Jalen Hurts that everybody has an issue with. I'm sorry, Rob.
Yes.
Go ahead.
But that being said, again, I mean, Jalen Hurts, what everybody expected, hell, on this show on Thursday, how we talked about Jalen Hurts and how we thought 181 yards and a half was outlandish. Yeah. No way he was going to get there. And he cruised right by it. I mean, I thought Jalen Hurts was pretty healthy yesterday.
He was really good yesterday. No, he was. Fish, you're right. I said he was really good yesterday.
He was 20 for 28 for 246 yards, 1 touchdown, and he ran for 3 other touchdowns.
It still doesn't take away the other 2 performances in the playoffs. Like, it doesn't take away those 2. Like, we have seen it where it's like, this guy can barely he's barely throwing for over 100 yards, and it doesn't look right when he's played the better defenses. So
not only that, but the way he was moving. I mean, he wasn't moving very well either.
Yeah.
Pretty good yesterday. So.
No, do I think, like, if Brock Purdy's I'll take my quarterback, Brock Purdy. If Brock Purdy played quarterback for the Eagles, would it change my mind about them? No.
But I think Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy are the same tier?
I think they're Jared Goff too. I think Jared Goff is right there with them. Sam Darnold's right there. I think they're these quarterbacks that if you build it from the inside out with them, I mean Jalen Hurts and
Jalen Hurts went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Like
Brock Purdy did last year
but
too.
Not Darnold or
but I'm saying,
Goff.
Jared Goff was in the NFC Championship game a year ago, but it's all from the standpoint of, man, if you have an awesome offensive line, you got the playmaker at running back and on the wide receivers and a solid defense, dude, like those guys, they lift you more than you lift them. Like you can have a really good team. And I do think that's I think Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy are in there. I think Dak Prescott, to some extent, he's in there too. Like, Dak Prescott, they don't look very good with that running game now, did they? The Cowboys. Like, they don't look very good when they don't have a running game. I think Dak, to some extent, needs that too.
We do have an announcement about the referee for the Super Bowl.
Is it Hockley?
No.
Is it Bill Vinovich?
It's Ron Torbert.
Okay, it shouldn't be Vinovich. He was it last year.
Ron Torbert has not done a Chiefs game in 2 years, but the Chiefs are 2-1 when he's the referee. The Eagles, however, are 5-3 when he's the referee, and this season he did 2 of their games. They are 2-0.
Okay,
with Ron Torbert.
Gotta watch those refs.
Hey, I'm a little hungry. Does anybody have any nuggets?
Ooh, nugs.
Oh, you want some nuggets?
I would love some nuggets.
I got some nuggets. All right, you ready for some nuggets?
Give us some nugs.
All right, Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is tied with Ben Roethlisberger for the most playoff wins before turning 27 years old with 8. How about that? The next closest player has just 3. I didn't have that one. That was one. That was the bonus one.
Bonus nugget.
Yeah, Mahomes has an NFL record of 6 straight seasons with multiple playoff wins. The next closest player has 3. Josh Allen, meanwhile, the first quarterback to lose 4 playoff matchups to the same quarterback. Sean McDermott is the first head coach to lose 4 playoff matchups to the same head coach. The Bills have won a playoff game in 5 straight seasons and have not yet appeared in a Super Bowl in that span. It's the longest streak in NFL history.
What do they do? Like, do you just say, all right, F it, we're going for broke? What do you want for T. Higgins? What do you want for Crosby? What do you want for somebody who is a prominent star to pair either on the defensive side of the ball or on the offensive side of the ball? Because this is getting ridiculous.
I don't know. I mean, as a Braves fan, people ask me all the time, like, what was it like in the 90s? You guys went to the 5 World Series and lost all the time. And I'm like, at least we won 1.
Yeah.
We won it in 95. The Braves got 1 out of that whole mess. But if you're the Bills, you're like, we just keep going and lose it every time. I don't know what to do.
Well, how about this? This is my favorite nugget of the day. The Eagles scored more rushing touchdowns in the NFC Championship than the Cowboys did in their entire season.
Damn. to Roser's point.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Saquon Barkley could become the first player to win the rushing title and the Super Bowl in the same season since 1998. Saquon would be the 3rd player all time to do so, joining Terrell Davis and Emmett.
I don't think the prop lines are out for Super Bowl MVP just yet. But like Saquon is somebody who I'm really interested in. He'd be the first running back since Terrell Davis in '97 to win Super Bowl MVP, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. Nick Sirianni, meanwhile, is the 3rd head coach in NFL history to reach 2 Super Bowls in his first 4 seasons. He joined Joe Gibbs and Mike Tomlin, who are the other 2. So good company there for Nick Sirianni. Crazy old Nick Sirianni. And there you go. There are the nuggets.
And they wanted to fire that man after 5 games. After 5 games this season, we needed to fire Nick Sirianni, and the Falcons were doing something special. No, not the Falcons. The Saints were doing something special. They were winning so many games, people stopped murdering down there.
Now nobody wants to coach the Saints. They can't find anybody. They're desperate. They offered me the job. I turned it down. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the game show that's been sweeping America, Who Said It, is going to make its triumphant return. And we're going to fend off the people who are trying to steal it from us. You're watching The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Memphis Cat is back with his Heaven on Earth tour.
I tried to be incognito, but thanks to Shannon Sharp's loud mouth, the gig is up.
February 22nd in the FedEx Forum.
In my spare time, I infiltrate the Illuminati. Look for their secrets. Run back. Tell y'all.
Don't miss this year's most talked about comedy icon live. He's back with brand new material, an unmatched wit, and an electrifying performance. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Who said it? Who said it? Who said it? Who said it?
Welcome back to the Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. It's the Monday show. It's a little smaller. It's a little more thoughtful. It's a little more introspective, some might say. But you're watching the Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. I'm Lane Whitaker. Rob Fisher's in New York. CJ's here. John Roser is here. And now it's time for the game show that has been sweeping the country, sweeping the nation, sweeping the world, some might say. It's called Who Said It? And when we started this Monday show way back in the summer, fall, we were like, we need something to set this show apart and make it different. And I said, I got an idea, guys. I see these funny quotes. I see these funny press conference moments. Let's just do a whole segment.
Who said it?
Yeah, let's do a whole segment around that where we'll read the quote. Yeah, Rob's missing. We don't know what happened to Rob. We read the quote on the air.
Number one or number two?
I hope it's number two. Well, I'll read you the quote. You guys guess who is the person who said it. Obviously, we'll call it.
What a concept,
Obviously,
right?
we'll call it Who Said It. This week, I got a text message from somebody who we work with who said, look at what they're doing right now on ESPN's NBA Today. It's a segment that they titled, Who Said That?
Oh, come on.
And they play the press conference and people guess what they say, I guess. I don't know. I tried to find the clip.
Where's Brian Windhorst in that picture?
Yeah,
he
he
looks
looked cold.
freezing, man.
Might have been in Memphis.
Can we stop with the like, I get why they're like, hey, our broadcast is going to be live on the field, but they have like all their pregame shows be live on the field in these freaking cold ass cities. I'm like, these guys look freezing.
Hey,
like,
I did a live hit on the Jessica Benson show in the snow a couple weeks ago. I did it. I braved the elements.
CJ did it all over the city.
Yeah, that's true.
We're out there, man.
Yeah, but you're out there moving around. Like, that helps keep warm.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, we're on to ESPN. We see the Who Said That. You can change one word. We know what it is. Just give us a little credit. Just say, hey, we got this idea from the Odds Couple.
Damn right.
On Grind City Media. And so, with that being said, let's play some Who Said It. All right. Clip one. How about our quarterback? He's a stud. I knew he was going to play that way. I knew it. Don't doubt him. All he does is win. Who said it?
Nick Sirianni.
That feels like a quote about Jalen Hurts.
That sounds like Nick Sirianni.
I'm not sure though. Could it be? Do you think AJ Brown would say something like that? You know, there was that perceived.
He's such a hater, though.
Oh, it's not a coach; it's a player.
It could be a coach.
No, it could be anybody. It's either Sirianni or AJ Brown rolls. If you say Sirianni with confidence, we're gonna roll with Sirianni, dog.
I'm gonna say Sirianni.
Rob, what say you?
It's him or yeah.
How about our quarterback? He's a stud. I knew he was going to play that way. I knew it. I don't doubt him at all. All he does is win.
It's him or like Saquon Barkley, Sirianni or Saquon.
Sirianni.
I'll go with Sirianni.
AJ Brown was reading a book. He was not talking.
All the people who say that he's no good and that he was going to go under the total like we were last week.
No. Roll it, Jacob.
How about our quarterback?
How about him?
Your quarterback. He's a stud.
How much longer Bradshaw got?
I knew he was going to play that way.
How old is Terry Bradshaw?
Don't doubt him. All he does is win.
Let's look.
Fabulous, Nick.
76.
Yeah, we got to. It's time. Thank you for your service, but
He's been around for a while.
yeah, go ahead.
All right. So you guys got that one. Here we go. Clip two. You got to get this one. It's not fun, but to be the champs, you got to beat the champs, and we didn't do it tonight.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Yeah. There's a.
It's not fun. But to beat the champs, you gotta to beat the champs, you gotta beat the champs, and we didn't do it tonight.
They're so close to doing it, though.
They're so close.
But
man.
like, what do they need to do to get over that hump? It can't be as simple as getting a new coach up in there. What you say, Rob?
A Mahomes injury.
So just stay put and pray for an injury? Like that's wild.
No, I don't know what you do, CJ. You're right, because you are so close that you know, I mean, is it a player or two that puts you over the
Yes.
edge?
Yes.
Is that even enough?
I mean, you don't just bring back the same players.
I think they need more on defense.
Yes.
I think they need more on defense. They need to hit on some draft picks because I feel like
this can't be a draft picks thing. They got to get dudes in there now who can ball.
I don't think they have room for that, like money wise.
I like that Josh Allen sort of channeled Ric Flair and the to be the man you got to beat the man. The famous quote, yeah. To be the champs, you got to beat the champs. We didn't do it tonight. All right, let's go to clip 3. Clip 3. Winning is simple. It's hard, and you got to choose your hard. Right now, we're not choosing our hard the right way, and it's costing us games. It's hard to win. It's hard to lose, and now we're sitting here answering these questions. But at the end of the day, you choose your hard, and right now, we're not choosing the right hard. Who said it?
Is this football?
This can't be football. This is not football, and I don't think this is pro either. Like this, does this not, Rob, sound to you like some nonsense a college coach would say somewhere?
Mick Cronin?
That's a good guess.
Yeah, like
Mick Cronin would absolutely vomit this
because
ridiculousness.
he was pissed off at his team a couple of weeks ago
after the Rutgers game or the Maryland game, maybe I can't remember. One of the red teams in the Big Ten on the East Coast game.
Because Mick Cronin's about
I'm going John Calipari.
Rob, I like that answer. Arkansas has been struggling. I'm seconding that. This has got to be a college coach.
I stumped all you guys. This is the first time we've had this sport, I believe, on who said it. Roll it, Jacob.
Winning simple, it's hard. And
Hockey.
You gotta choose your hard, right? And right
You
now
got to choose your hard.
choosing our hard the right way, and it's costing us games. So it's hard to win.
That's not
It's
fair.
hard to
Nobody
lose.
knows who
Right now we're
any
sitting here
hockey
asking these
coaches
questions that
are.
It's John
still don't
Hines,
feel
coach
good,
of the
but
Minnesota
At the end of the day, you
Wild.
choose
Timberwolves? What are they called?
Wild. The Minnesota
and right
Wild.
now, we're not choosing
Fish.
the right hard to
Other
get.
than
So
this
now,
guy, name a current hockey coach.
Craig Berube.
Is he the Blues coach?
No, he used to be, but I think he's with Toronto now.
Name the Blues coach.
I don't know.
My favorite quote of the year is still from a coach. Is still that, and I mentioned it in passing last week. The Manchester United coach. He said that we have the worst team ever last week before their game. He got so mad. All right, clip 4.
Your hard.
Clip 4.
Got to start using that.
In the heat with pads on, you can't take none of your stuff off, especially in the South. It just sticks to you and it just grabs you. Like you're either going to die or you're going to hydrate. When you're in the cold, you're like, where are my gloves? Where's my hat? I can see steam coming off the bench. Let me sit right there. So it's funner to play in the cold than in the heat. The heat makes you think about your life.
Which one of them Southern cold weather boys is it?
In the heat with pads on, you can't take none of your
What's the defensive tackle for the Eagles? Dude from Georgia, the good one.
Jalen Carter.
That feels like a Carter thing.
There's a lot of wisdom in this quote. I like it. You're either going to die or you're going to hydrate.
You're going to hydrate.
I love the heat makes you think about your life.
I know.
It does.
When you're sitting in the heat, the hot ass, and you are like, oh my God, what choices did
He's
I
like,
make in
I
life?
can see steam coming off the bench. Let me sit right there because you know it's warm. That's the one spot that's going to be warm. It's funner to play in the cold than the heat. The heat makes you think about your life.
I agree with everything that's being said. As a child, I was never more contemplative than the second two-a-day. The second two-a-day practice.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is getting a bit out of hand. I need to be a better person.
Any ideas, Fish?
I'm going. Well,
Who you got, Rutger?
we said, where are my gloves? So wide receivers. Do receivers wear gloves all the time?
But this doesn't feel like a wide receiver type
If
quote,
it
though,
does,
it?
I'm saying A.J. Brown because A.J. Brown was happy yesterday.
He's from Mississippi, right?
Yeah, he's and he played at Ole Miss.
They said that's why they were surprised he was reading the book. Just
because he was from Mississippi. Because he went to Ole Miss.
I'd probably
Carter.
Jalen Carter. Yeah, Jalen Carter.
Any ideas, Fish?
Oh,
your boy.
I was gonna say Jameis. Damn it!
Like New Orleans and Tampa and Houston.
I cut out the cities because that gives it away.
And it just grab you. You're like,
Was this on
either
Kelsey's
gonna die
show?
on this or you gonna hydrate.
Hey, which show was this on, Lane?
Like
The
when
Kelsey show.
Yeah.
When you're in the cold, it's just like, hey, where my gloves at? Oh, I got my gloves. Oh, where my hat at? Oh, I got a hat. Yeah. Oh, the benches. Oh, I can see the steam coming off the benches. So sit right there. You know. So it's funner to play in the cold.
Funner.
Yes.
Funner should have gave it away.
The
I
heat
can't
makes you
believe
think about your life.
I actually saw that episode. I can't believe I missed.
That show's pretty forgettable, to be fair. Like I watched the first one. Charles Barkley was the guest, and he was great, but the whole show is kind of weird.
What, the Kelsey late night show?
Yeah.
That was how long did that last?
It's still on.
Why?
But it's just random. It's not like every night. It's like once every 2 weeks or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to tune into that.
What'd you say, Rob?
It won't last long.
I don't know. They just they said they were going to keep doing it, though.
What'll last longer, that or Magic Johnson's The Magic Hour?
I think it's already past the Magic Hour.
Oh, it has?
I think so.
Damn.
Has Jameis weighed in on the Don Julio Popeyes partnership? Because I bet you he's got thoughts.
He's a Popeye spokesman.
Okay.
Remember, he had the chicken wings from Popeyes a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I want to be a Popeye spokesman.
We might be able to make that happen. I'm a Chobani coffee creamer spokesperson. Remember?
Turn up.
I got the shipment of it a couple weeks ago.
Wait, what do you do with this? Just tweet
I tweeted.
about it?
I bought some Chobani coffee creamer because they have like different flavors and they're all really good. I tweeted one day. I didn't tag Chobani or anything. I just tweeted. I was like, man, this stuff's awesome. I'd like to be a spokesman for them. They DM'd me and they were like, we'd love to send you some product. I was like, great. They sent me a big box of it.
That's cool.
So I still got it in my fridge. I'm going through it.
That's cool.
All right, we got two more.
You know what? You know what? I appreciate that. Just tweet it out there and it happens for you. I need to do that with Fage Greek yogurt.
Do it.
I swear, freaking eat that stuff all the time.
I didn't tag Chobani. They found it. Like, so maybe they'll find it. Like, somebody will just find your tweet.
They found Miralax on Jessica's show. We got a bunch of I still got Miralax.
I think companies are searching for that stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, what is Miralax?
It's a laxative.
To help you
poop?
soften your stew.
But that's why you eat Greek yogurt. Good fiber and protein. The fiber it'll help you poop.
I don't need help. All right. Clip 5. Clip 5.
It's because you're eating Popeyes.
It's a media member. He said he thought this was another example of Khan being an idiot, and he's a terrible owner. We all know that. He got upset at the way Shaka Khan handled it more than Cohen. Who said it? Who called Shad Khan Shaka Khan?
Stephen A.
He thought this was another.
I mean, it's got to be somebody who rocks with Shaka Khan from back in the day, and Stephen A's name just
Shaka
immediately.
Khan?
Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. She's,
Shaka Khan.
she's every woman.
Shaka Khan,
So
Shaka Khan.
if they ever ask you who's every woman,
Shaka
it's
Khan.
Shaka, or Whitney
Shaka
Houston.
Khan,
That's
Shaka
right.
Khan. Shaka Khan.
Anybody
Shaka
got an idea?
Khan.
Fish, you're
Shaka Khan, Shaka
you're the
Khan.
closest to this person at the moment.
Wait, what do you mean he's the closest to this person?
Geographically.
I think I saw this. It is a talking head. I don't think it's Stephen A. However, is it Mad Dog?
Yeah, let's roll it.
Oh, Russo.
He thought this was another example of Khan being an idiot, and he's a terrible owner. We all know that. He got upset at the way Shaka Khan handled it more than Cohen. You know, he had.
The way he says it's so great.
Mad Dog Russo
Mad
is so
Dog's-
funny.
He's the best. The best.
Life on the line. Life on the line.
When I used to live in New York, I could listen to him and Mike every day. They were so ridiculous,
Yes.
but they were hilarious. Like, it was so funny to listen to. All right, last clip. Mid-range jump shots are like toes. There's a select few that are pretty, but the vast majority of them you don't want to see. Who said it?
Tipped.
Who?
Tom Thibodeau.
What makes you say Tibbs? You said that quick too.
Because he's got some mid-range guys on his team.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. It's not Rex Ryan.
Yeah, he loves toes. You want the toes, Roser?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this is also the Monday one we
Missoula.
don't judge.
Missoula.
That's true. We don't judge on Mondays.
Joe Missoula.
Missoula says some weird stuff.
They don't take twos. So he don't like seeing mid rangers.
This feels like something a country person would say.
And Missoula says some weird stuff too. Missoula says weird stuff.
Missoula says weird stuff about Jesus. I don't think he would say
Oh no
this.
no. Missoula says weird stuff all the time.
Okay.
He's like, well, we're all gonna die.
Who you got, CJ? Anybody?
I don't fear
Barkley.
it.
I'm gonna go with Charles Barkley.
No, it's actually somebody we all know. Let's roll the clip.
Or
Tim
JJ
McMahon.
Redick.
Tim McMahon.
Oh.
Mid-range jump shots are like toes. There's a select few that are really pretty. What? The vast majority of them.
That was a curveball I was not expecting, Bonte.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many ugly ass feet do you see?
And actually,
You're out of here.
as a bonus clip, I pulled this. This is related to the toe discussion. to get us out of this this segment. Shaq this week on TNT on Inside the NBA.
I like feet.
Showed us his feet.
I want to see feet.
Again?
I used to do my toenails. Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
This is disturbing.
Hold it. Used to do your toenails.
Paint my toenails.
Paint your toenails.
Yeah.
When she was really little.
When she was really little.
Okay.
Not like yesterday.
Like last time you were.
Shaq,
last time you were home.
For them to do that was punishment. Like, you don't do your homework, you have to do my nails.
Well, my toes are not that.
No, yo, you got the worst. Where's his feet?
They are,
man. No, come on, don't do that, man.
No, man. Are they in good shape now?
That's last. Oh my God. Look at that. No, America, you didn't do not. No, we don't.
The worst part of this is the nails.
Oh my gosh, dude! Get those things clipped.
Oh, you got
Look at those nails, man.
Man, you looking like
I haven't had time to cut them.
Your feet look like a bald eagle.
His feet look like a bald eagle, said Kenny Smith.
He said he got talons.
Charles said I haven't had time to cut them. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. This is going to be the end of the show.
Rob, you're on camera. Show us your feet.
No, please don't.
No,
We do know that we have the early line for the game's 1.5 for the Chiefs. I don't know if that moves at all in the next week and a half or what. I'm sure we'll talk ourselves in and out of other things. Anybody got a free pick for tonight or anything? Fish, you got anything?
Yeah, I got one.
What you got?
Let me see where it is. It's we're going NC State plus the 22 against Duke tonight.
Ooh, NC State plus 22 against Duke.
Yeah.
All right, Duke threw the defensive curveball at Wake Forest and got away with the win over the weekend. I assume that means they played a little zone, but
yeah, did not cover either.
Yeah. All right, we'll take NC State plus 22 against Duke. That's today's Odds Cup. We'll be back with you on Thursday. Fish will be back here in Memphis. We'll be here getting ready for the Grizzlies against the Rockets Thursday night on TNT. For CJ Hurt, for Rob Fisher, for John Roser, for Jacob, I'm Lang. You've been watching The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. See you soon.